Welcome to Table Talk.
This is how.
I don't even know how to get started without hearing that song.
My marketing director usually does this, but I don't know who that is.
Welcome to Table Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're
Put some
live.
food on.
Ron's still doing some house
Just
cleaning
make up
issues.
some stuff. You know what to
You
do.
good, Ron?
Yeah.
We're live, man.
Oh, God. We can cut that out. Cut that out.
Start over.
Start over. Here we go.
Here we are. We're live. Welcome to Table Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're on Herbert Red Rock's restaurant. If you're outside of Burkdale today watching it, thank you for tuning in today. And we have Michael over here, the extraordinary basketball player, husband, father to his son.
And my wife, Jessica.
Yeah, and your wife, Jessica.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's right. Good
So
job. I had to remind you of that, didn't I?
Yeah, well, right. Well, we don't want to get into that subject. I'm not allowed. But
Ron,
yes.
we got a guest with us today. It's
Oh,
one of
we
those
do.
episodes.
We got Bob Lutz.
Welcome, Bob. Hold on. I got an applause machine. I don't think I can hear it, though. Let's see. Well,
This is so bad. Come on. Okay,
Welcome, Bob.
So, welcome, Bob. NASCAR, how do you want to say it? NASCAR Racing Experience?
Yeah.
Out at the, how many tracks are you in?
We're at 17 tracks around the country. We're pretty much every oval that NASCAR operates at, except for Bristol, Martinsville, Pocono, and Indy.
And which one, have you driven all of them or not? Or do you have, you don't have to.
I haven't driven all of them, and I purposely stay out of the race cars because it's addictive. Once you get
Oh,
behind
really?
the wheel, it is you just want to do more and more, go faster and faster.
Do you remember your first one you ever got in? Like, do you remember that first day or not? Like kind of like a first date, I guess.
Yeah. I grew up racing go-karts, and I've always been driving cars since I was 8 years old. My dad owned a dirt track, so I drove Packer cars around the racetrack. Beforehand getting. So I used to take the back seat out of a car. These Packer cars are just old cars, fenders cut off with big tires on them that they used to pack the mud down, all the dirt down, all the clay. So I took the back seat out of a car, put it behind me because I was so short I couldn't reach the pedals, and then had a pillow underneath me to be able to see out of the wheel, out over the dash of the car. And I'm driving like this, I'm on my toes.
How old were you?
8 years old.
Wow.
nice.
When you started that, and then you moved into bigger cars? I mean,
Yeah, then race go-karts, through my teens, and then dirt modifieds, which are a big form of racing up in the Northeast, and then I moved down here to Charlotte and got this idea that people would want to drive a stock car if you gave them the opportunity and did it in a controlled environment around a racetrack. And
wow.
so
You've done it before, Ron.
Oh, I think it's great.
Tell us about your experience.
Well, I remember getting in the first time in the car. First thing you got to get in the car, okay? That's, you got to get in the car.
That's step one.
And it's funny because I went skydiving, and it's the same principle as skydiving. Like, they give you a video and you're supposed to watch, right? But you really don't. Like, you're kind of like thinking about, I'm getting in this car, right? So all of a sudden you're strapped up and you're ready to go and you jump. The hardest part is getting in the car.
Yeah.
You get in the car, then your blood pressure is going up a little bit because you're luckily when I was a kid, like kid stories, I had a car that had a clutch. So I think that's a problem for somebody I took that day. If you didn't know how to use a clutch, are they all automatic now or are they all clutch?
no, they're all clutches. If we have a few cars that are automatics, but most of which have clutches. But the clutches that we put in these cars are, the smaller the clutch, racing clutches are really small, which mean that when you engage it, it's either on or off, and they're real tricky. The bigger the clutch, the more forgiving it is. So we put really big clutches in these cars to make it easier for people to drive. So even if you've never driven a stick shift before, which probably I would say 35 to 45% of our customers now have never driven a manual transmission vehicle before. So, but our people are great. They'll walk you through, tell you what to do, how to do it, and help you along. When you're in the car, you're talking to a spotter, so you have a helmet on and with a radio, and the spotter is very patient and walk you through what to do and how to do it, and people don't have a problem once they get in the cars and get a little bit of guidance from our people.
Yeah. So when I got in, that was the thing, just scary a little bit, the clutch. But I remember, like, I'm sure did you have a car? Did you have a car with a clutch, Michael?
No.
Did you have a car with a clutch?
Oh, yeah.
But that first time in Pittsburgh is very hilly, right? And you're on the hill, and it's a stop sign, and you have to I'm 16. You got to kind of clutch it up the hill, and it's kind of But once you learn how to do it, so I wasn't scared. I think Sam Burns went with me, and Sam, Sam's 6'6". He got in that car, but it was just a great time. When I was telling Bob earlier before we got on the air, is when you get in there, you really get so excited. When you turn 1 and turn 2 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, you learn now about the track. So when I watch it, and then Denny took me around the track as well, and you really see where the drivers have their complications. But when you come down, wouldn't you say, Bob, that the first stretch of Charlotte, that's your fastest speed? Where do people go the fastest in Charlotte, right? Like me, right in front of the...
When they're going into turn 1.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're...
Coming around that dog
But it was
leg.
exciting. I mean...
How fast did you go, Ron?
At the time, I think if you went to the next program, you'd have to tell us about that, Bob. But I think the first program we were in, you could go 145. They had a govern, right, or not?
Well, yeah, we have rev limiters on the cars because we don't know who's getting behind the wheel. What type of experience people have, whether they're capable of going fast or slow, and we want to make it safe for everyone. So in our 5-minute, 8-minute, or 16-minute program, where you're in the car, either 1 or 2 sessions, we have a 5,000 rev limiter, which will translate to 150 to 153, 154 mile an hour if you do everything correctly.
Yeah, I think there was a lead car at the time. I did a long time ago. Do you still have that?
No, we don't do the lead car anymore.
That's when we had it. You actually, I think you could go faster, but there was a lead car, and the guy, because Sam is like a wild child, but he was like going so fast, and I kept telling him slow down, right? Because that's how it used to work.
Yeah. That was one of the reasons why we got rid of the lead car, because some of the instructors would take their students really fast. Some of them would get frustrated because they weren't the correct following distance, so they'd back them down, even though they're capable of going faster.
So how do you do it now? They govern? I mean, you wouldn't.
So now we just put the rev chip in there, so we restrict the speeds to that low 150 plus mile an hour range. And then once you have shown us that you're capable of running those speeds, and if you do the 24-minute or higher programs, we put a 5,400 rev limiter or a 5,800 rev limiter. We keep increasing it the more laps you run, the faster we allow you to go.
What about the other way? I mean, like you're on the highway and you're going 80 miles an hour, and there's that one person in your lane going like 100. Do you have certain people that are really scared and don't really put the pedal to the metal, or?
Oh yeah. We get customers that go out there and may run 80 mile an hour, but they come in. We get the same response from every customer, whether they run 80 mile an hour or 150 mile an hour. They get out of the car, they're smiling ear to ear, and thank you for giving them an experience that they would have never thought they'd be able to do before, and they talk about it the rest of their lives.
He's got to do it. We got to see if Denny's doing. Talk to Austin when Denny does a drive along, because when he does it, they go one. It's interesting too as well. But they do that a lot. They get the FedEx when they're not FedEx or maybe a Progressive, and they get their clients and they drive around. You see that a lot, right, with a lot of the drivers?
Oh, yeah. We do that a lot for, work with a lot of the drivers and particularly with their foundations when they're trying to raise money. It's a great thing for them to raffle or to auction off a ride along with Denny or with Jimmy Johnson or Dale Jr. or any of those types of
Do you get suited
drivers.
up? You get the helmet and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's a real deal.
Oh, yeah.
You got a helmet?
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah, I
say,
got a-
where's
we
your
need-
helmet,
yeah.
Ron?
I know. We need to just keep that helmet here. But Brent made me a helmet with Table Talk. But I'll tell
race
you,
helmet.
we
It's
have to
pretty
talk
awesome.
about this story because Jason White, who was on our show a couple weeks ago, he had a track in Myrtle Beach, and they did a race, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it was with Denny. and-
Skid plate race.
Yeah, Jason, and who else was in there?
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Petty was driving the pace car. Phil Parsons was there.
Yeah. Hey, Emily, come on back and bring the drinks while we're here. Just drop them down. But Phil Parsons and what do you got there, Emily? Before we're in the middle of the story.
Astro Pop Martini and then blueberry Aperol Spritz.
You want a drink, Bob? That Astropop looks good for you.
I'll try whatever you want to.
Hey, Emily, why don't you let them try which one you want them to try, Emily?
Let's go with the Astro Pop.
Well, this is what my employees do when we're back here,
The
Bob. They all
Astropop.
drink. She drinks, so I don't know how many she's had already.
What is that?
Sampling.
What's in that?
It's pineapple juice, Midori, Malibu, and then you layer like
Oh.
the grenadine.
You wanna try it?
No, it's okay. It just looks cool.
That
Yeah.
one's really good too. I did that. as
What's
a
that one
Mother's
called?
Day. This one?
Yeah.
Blueberry Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, if you're out at
Wow.
right now watching the CW, walk in and get one.
Yeah,
Just
come on in.
mention the table
Really good,
talk, and
actually.
Oh, it's really
we'll
good.
get you a
Astropop.
discounted deal. Astropop, very good,
It's
Astropop.
good.
very
Yeah.
good.
It's a fitting name for that.
So we have this. Brian, this is a good story too about Jay White. So we have this. I've never been to a race like this. It's a modified cars, celebrity thing. Bob, you own the track down there, right? Correct. It's just when I first started. This is how many years ago? 15.
Oh yeah.
It's when there was no Charlie or Nate or Cush or this was Denny's real friends back in the day.
man friends weren't there yet.
right. Like we were there when he was starting.
Just
right?
Ron.
Yeah, it was just me and Greg, and I don't know if Greg was around, but me and Jay White were the culprits back then. But so Denny comes up, I'll never forget. He goes, "I know nothing about cars." He goes, "That damn guy put a bigger carburetor in his car." So I guess you could hear it. So Jay was trying to cheat to win at this stock, whatever it was. And I don't know who ended up winning. We remember that at all or not?
Jay White, probably, hopefully.
I think Jay did win that.
I hope he did.
Yeah, but he cheated the. I don't know what this means, obviously, but he cheated the carburetor. But I remember Jay getting so excited, but it was a great job. Do you do a lot of that stuff still down there or not? Or
Well, I sold the track back in 2022. It is now Lennar has built townhouses there, and it's,
say it's probably like a
full of
putt-putt course now
townhouses
or something down there.
Yeah, it's made a lot of people happy, giving them opportunity to buy a new home.
Yeah, in Myrtle Beach. Gotta
and
love
then
that.
Bob's been my friend. Actually, his wife Heather and Macy, I see a lot. They come to the restaurant, and we usually do your Thanksgiving. Is that correct? So Bob calls me up usually, and we make him a turkey and the sides for
All the
Thanksgiving
sides,
Nice.
yeah.
every year. And so he usually calls me up and says, "Hey, we're doing Thanksgiving." But there's another side. Bob gets to travel some a little bit to check on his tracks. But the last time I was in Vegas, this is a while ago. This is when I was walking pretty good. But we had a really good time, and we visited a few clubs, and it was a late night, and we all
Like country clubs or what?
yeah. Well, Bob knows everybody. Like
Yeah.
he's the guy. Like you want to go to EDC, right? That's in Vegas this
I
week.
leave tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Oh,
And how many people will be there?
There'll be close to 600,000 over 3 days.
what is this?
EDC Music
Like
Festival.
Oh,
Calvin
okay.
Harris there? Or, like who's going to be in it? Like you do you even know?
I mean,
Everybody.
everyone, yeah,
Is Jay White Aoki going to be there? And Jay White,
I talked to Jay yesterday. He,
he's still trying to
he's
get.
still working on
He's
his
still trying to
travel
get it.
plans.
You know, the thing about Jay, I love
He
Jay.
hasn't confirmed yet,
But
but
he's like, "Bob, are you going? I mean, you have a motorhome? Like, how do I get a motorhome?" And I'm like, "I don't think it's pretty expensive, Jay." I'm like, kind of like, "Hey, are you going to invite me or not?" Okay, I'm like, hey, you're there now. What time are you there exactly? Hey, is there any way you can drop a pass off at the front desk? You know what I mean? So I used to do it. Then I'm like, hey. I told him the other day, it was on a show, I'm like, hey, the one guy got in my seat, Travis, right? And I'm like, dude, that's my seat. And I said, just because I'm a little hobbled right now doesn't mean I lose my seat. And I might be losing my seat, I don't know. But so you run a motorhome during the whole event? And then,
oh yeah, stay right there on property in Cap EDC. It's a fun time.
That's something
is.
Jessica would love you to do.
What's
Just
that? Yeah.
Go out there with him and,
Yeah.
and do table talk out there. Yeah.
9 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be there.
You and Jay White, call him.
Yeah, sorry. I think our kids got school tomorrow, so that's the perfect time to head there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You think about it. You have to drink and you have to have fun. And
Yeah.
the funniest thing when
and
I
you
saw
visit country clubs.
the EDC. So Brent, have you guys ever been out there? Have you been out there? EDC.
For the concert, no.
Have you seen the people that go that?
Yes, I have.
Like it's great. Like the first year, I didn't know they were doing it. They walked. Like it's an entertaining thing. And then they have one in Miami, right? Then they have one in Charlotte now, I believe.
no different group, but
Oh yeah, that's Breakaway.
yeah.
That's Breakaway. But and then Bob lives in my community, so we always share ideas about our houses. What do you got coming up besides the EDC? What are you traveling to or doing?
Well, I bought a house down in Fort Lauderdale, so I've been traveling down there a lot, gutted it and redoing everything. So it's been a very long, time-consuming process. But looking forward to getting that completed in the next 3, 4, 5 months.
In the awning, right? The awning, you're going to put the. Did you figure out the patio?
The
thing yet?
outside area, yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
Look, got a little bit of inspiration from what you did and what they did across the street at the.
Yeah.
So
North Italia, yeah.
Yeah.
They did a good job over there with that renovation. And then, Miami is another place. Do you think, like, if you, because, because of your career that you've established and done a great job, what is your favorite city then in the United States that you go to? Is there one? Miami, Vegas?
It all depends what you're looking for. I mean, there's a lot of great cities across the country, but Chicago for food, New York for shopping and just culture, and then you've got Miami for nightlife
beach.
and beaches. You got Vegas for the day clubs and nightclubs and gambling, and it just there's so many depending on what you're looking for, and Phoenix has
the
got
city
some beautiful resorts. And,
I was surprisingly, I like it more than I thought I would as LA. I like Santa Monica Pier and that, like even like the restaurants, Mr. Chow. Like I thought it was going to be more bougie, but it wasn't. And I don't know, I guess the weather. I stayed at that, I think it was Waldorf right near Beverly Hills, and it was just so nice. And I mean, it was just the weather was nice, and it was better than I thought. Like, is there a city you went to, Michael, that you were like? Was it like Florence, South Carolina, anything like that? Or
No, I mean I do love Charleston, Isle of Palms, but
Okay, yeah.
I went to Newport Beach. I think back in like October. It was the first time in California. Beautiful. The weather was great. Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been there.
I forgot about Scottsdale.
That's a beautiful place too. I mean,
What about? Have you been to Maine yet with your?
yeah, I've been to Maine. It wasn't the best time of year to go. We went like March. It was kind of dead. It's not like they're on the beach, so it's like they have a beach
His
season.
father-in-law bought a house up there. Or
Yeah, so it's kind of dead right now. I think this summer it's going to be.
now, what's
really
the
nice.
capital? This is funny. We play on the play. What's the capital of Maine?
No
Guys,
idea.
Do you know?
Montepillar?
No,
What's that one?
wait. What's the capital of Maine? We got to look it up now that I don't know it. Has it been? But we used to take capitals, but Maine was always the tricky one. So but I think I would if
Portland. Is that
Yeah,
Portland?
Portland,
Augusta.
yeah.
No, it's Augusta.
Augusta. So if I would go, so if you said I'm going to go anywhere, I've never been to Europe. Is there anywhere in Europe you'd go, or? I mean, have you been?
I liked Austria. That was a beautiful, beautiful country, nice people. Hans DeBoe and I went over to a Red Bull Air Race over in,
Hans, wow.
oh, why is my mind going blank?
A lot of pressure to be on Table Talk, Bob. A lot of pressure with it.
It's just getting old.
We got like
He's just
9
he's
followers.
a world
Hey, Meredith, how are you?
Can't remember all the places you've traveled. That's
Happy
all.
Mom's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Meredith's
You know,
listening, so that's good. Happy Mom's Day, Meredith. Michael's listening. There you go.
I am.
Well, the other thing about you talk about Hans DeBoe. If you don't know this, his good friend, he did the bobsleds, right?
Yeah, for
And
the
so
U.S.
he made
bobsled team.
the U.S.
nice.
bobsled, the sleds. Did you ever go to that?
I did not. I've spent a lot of time up watching them be built, and Hans telling me all about them, but I've never been to Lake Placid for the races.
Yeah, that would be cool to do. There's Renee, Miss Winston. What do you think about the races coming up?
I'm excited for the All-Star back in North Wilkesboro.
Okay. Are you going to be in the parade up there?
They're not doing it this year.
Okay,
But I was supposed to be,
okay.
and then some of the plans had
Have you ever
changed.
done the NASCAR driving experience?
No, I have not.
You need to try that.
Ron will take
try
you.
that.
You could ride with Ron.
Yeah, well, we'll have to figure out how to get me in the car, but I'll do it.
And I have been in the pace car back in the day when you could ride, and Rusty Wallace was behind me, and I'm waiting at him.
Have you ever done the pace car, Bob?
No, never rode in the face car.
That's weird because you probably could, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
could probably get to. You got to do it before.
Well, actually, I say no, I did. I forgot about that in Daytona when we sponsored the Xfinity race in Daytona. I rode in the pace car.
Did you drive it? Did you get to drive it or
No,
not?
just rode in it. Yeah, they didn't let me drive it.
Was it like cool? It's got to be cool.
Oh
right?
yeah, it was neat. It was all stands full and leading around a full pack of cars.
Yeah, so we talked earlier about NASCAR and the race, right? Now, why can the driver come out there and, you know, I know this, but I just want you tell us. Can a driver kind of drive around the car if they never rode the track, or that's illegal? Testing in a way without testing in your cars?
Drivers cannot. No,
But they're
none
not allowed.
of the current Cup guys can.
So if a guy came in with a beard, like, you know, one of the new guys, like,
In disguise?
comes in,
Yeah.
disguise.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't know who you disguise yourself in, but do you come in with a maybe have a hat on and just drive around? They're not allowed to do that.
They are not allowed to do that. No, they have to get permission from.
So you might be able to do a drive along. It might be a good idea if you never do the track. Like, just do a couple drive along. I'm going to go do a drive along today. That's how you would do it. Just so you know, if you're listening, I know, you know, a lot of the guys listen to my opinions about
Yeah, they
how
do.
to drive in NASCAR.
Yep.
But that might be a good idea. So you're good. You were telling me too that after the NASCAR race on Monday, they can. How do they get a hold of you? They call, or they get on the website, or what do they do?
Yeah, you can go to NASCARRacingExperience.com, and we have a full schedule of all 17 locations. But the thing that's really been, I was mentioning to you earlier, it's been very popular. 2 years ago, we started running Mondays after the races, or Sundays when the race is on Saturday night, at 23 different tracks we do this at. So, you know, here in Charlotte, if you come to the race here, you can come out on Monday and drive a real race car on the racetrack that you just saw them running the race on. It's been extremely popular. We're doing it at, like I said, at 23 after 23 races this year. So pretty much every oval that NASCAR goes to, that if you want to go to a live race and then drive a race car on the racetrack the day after, you can do that by going to NASCARRacingExperience.com. Look at our website, look at the calendar, look at the track that you're specifically looking for, look at the calendar, and it'll show you the dates that we operate there.
You know, we had a deal almost with the Speedway Club about 10 years ago. We were going to help them out there, and you know, I think that would be cool. To, you know, you can. You ever been to the Speedway Club?
No.
You're really. I mean, you're going to be on the. You need to go. That's for sure. I'll go there. At least.
Okay.
We'll go for lunch there. Maybe we'll invite Bob, but that's a cool spot to watch, to see the lay of the land as well, of how the track is. But I used to go up there. You know, Marcus Smith, and I tell you what, the greatest people in the sport, Marcus and David. They're so nice. I mean, I call Marcus right now. He'd pick up the phone. I mean, he's great people, but to go out there and see, I think we met Jessica out there, went to lunch, and it's a good idea for you to try out. But for Red Rocks to be out there, the problem would be that elevator thing. I think it would be harder to get up and down. And the model is hard, but they do a lot of parties, and they do all the track, when they have all the suites, they do all that. So they do all the food for the suites.
Yeah.
So,
And that race is next weekend, right? Memorial Day weekend? The one is, yeah.
do you have a favorite driver or not? Like, you just kind of...
You know, when you're around it and you're around all the guys all the time, you know, you don't really have or at least I don't have a favorite. You know, you just kind of...
Well, I'll help you out. Number 11 car. We haven't won a championship yet. So we'll be happy to give you a Let's Fucking Go Denny Hamlin hat, or we can give you an all-in hat this year. What's our slogan this year?
Isn't it 11 against the world?
Yeah, 11 against the world. We've tried every hat possible, but we would accept you on our team. I mean, we need in fact, we would love to have you if we would ever make it to the championship, we'd love to have you set up the championship party. You would be very good at that.
Oh, I would.
And we will invite you on our yacht, so you would be very good. So,
Nice.
But hopefully we win this year.
Speaking of parties, Charlie has got a question on there.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob, can we hear your best Ron story?
Oh,
From
God.
Charlie Wynn.
We've had a few.
Oh, wow.
Do I need to get the
I've
censor
known
button
Ron
ready?
a long time.
Yeah.
long
Well, first
time.
thing he knew when I was, I don't even want to say it, when I was with Kelly, let's just say it that way, and his wife was friends with her, so we could start with that. But what else you got better than
My
that?
wife was friends with Ron's ex-wife.
Okay.
and,
Yeah.
This is a good story. Yeah.
So the first time I met Ron, you know, they show up at my door.
Oh, we did? I don't remember this. Jesus Christ. That's
3 in the morning.
That's bad. That's bad. Like, oh shit, he's showing up at the door. I'd probably just invited myself. I probably lived down there in South Charlotte at the time.
Yeah, they showed up. Kelly comes knocking at the door, and she says, "Hey, Bob, this is my boyfriend Ron. Wanted you guys to meet." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, Ron.
How are you?
What are you guys doing?"
We're here to party.
I lived back on Green Dolphin. Well, I still live on Green Dolphin. It was in a different house though back then. That was
Wow.
a long time ago.
And then what about? Well, yeah. I mean, mine is always where like.
Shoot, that was 1995.
I think it was Bob and Hans I saw in Scottsdale. Like I'm just walking through the bar and he's with Hans or somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm walking through the bar in Scottsdale with I think Jay White.
You were.
And we're walking in and I think it was Hans or somebody like that or David, whoever you're hanging out with. And holy shit, there's Bob. If Bob's there, Michael, you know you're at the right spot. Like wherever Bob is, if you were at all, you know at the right spot.
You just follow him around all weekend from that point on, Ron?
Yeah, basically. I know, the one time in Vegas, Charlie did. Like, he figured out I was sick a little bit, and then Charlie was like, I said, don't worry, Bob's got a table over at Omnia, and then Bob's got a table over here. And I think Charlie was by himself at one of the tables or with his brother.
Yeah.
But I was sick. I got I don't know what happened, but I got a little sick. But Charlie stayed out all night. But we've had some good times for sure. And he's got a great wife, and she puts up with Bob's stuff. And Macy now how old's Macy now?
Macy's 22.
So now it's just like, Bob, if you see Macy out, you're at the right spot too. I mean, you go down there to have a nice day. Oh, must be nice. There's Macy.
I knew I was in trouble when Macy was she was 20, getting ready to turn 21. She says, "Dad, I want to go to Miami for my 21st birthday." I'm like, "Okay." She said, "But I want you to take me." Like, what do you mean you want me to take you? She says, "I want you to take me. I want to go, and I want to bring 3 of my girlfriends, and I want you to take us because you know all the great places to go and for dinner and clubs." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Really? You want me to take you out for your 21st
sound right.
birthday?" I'm like, "Okay."
Did you take her to 11?
We did.
And who was singing that night?
We went to 11. We
You
went
remember?
to Live.
Yeah. 11. Have you been, Brian? Michael? You've been to 11?
No.
It's kind of like
I think Nelly was there that night.
yeah, Nelly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was.
I used to
remember
go with
got
Nelly.
pictures
I
with-
mean, literally. Well, first thing Nelly had his 40th birthday party there, or 50th. So I won. There was like 20 of us, and the guy that owns Magic. What's the place in Atlanta? The strip club, Magic.
Magic City?
Magic City. He owned that.
It's in all the rap songs.
And I sat next to him, right? Okay, and I'm literally the only guy. Like, I don't want to explain the only guy, but I was the only guy. Like, they're all looking at me, who in the hell is this guy, right? And so we all went to the birthday party, and you don't get to 11 until 3:30 in the morning. Okay, it's not like you better be up. And I really need Red Bull. I wish I did pharmaceutical drugs, but I don't. But I'm doing Red Bull. I don't know how these people are staying up at 3:30, and it's till 5:30. I mean, and they have it's like a strip club, but it's not a strip club, but it's a club. And I just remember the one girl came up to me, and I thought she liked me, like, you know what I mean. and then the money situation started throwing around. I'm like, I'm a likable guy. I like Ron. Well, that wasn't the case. But I've had some really. That club there is now the other one. Live when it first opened, but I haven't been there in a while. But they're so big. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 11's. If you want to go, I'll take you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
Jessica too, if she'd
Yeah.
like to come. Maybe I'll just take.
I've
Jessica.
been to Miami a few times. Haven't been to 11.
Where have you been? Anywhere? Or?
I don't remember.
Great club. A lot of fun.
It's been. I haven't been in like 3 or 4 years.
So how did it turn out the weekend? They were happy you went.
Oh, yeah. We had a great time. Went to great restaurants. Had great food. It was,
Yeah.
Did she do it because you had the card too?
well, it helps too.
I mean, that's a good decision too,
And
right?
I'm thinking, I would prefer being there for
that's true.
for my daughter
Yeah,
versus,
I'm joking.
versus
Not really, but
someone
yes.
else.
Y'all and her friends were like, "Oh yeah, Dad's coming. This is great." They do it with me. Don't worry. I got to,
Yeah.
these guys go with me and go, "Hey, yeah,
I did have to call a friend of mine. I said, "Rich," I said, "I need you and Brooke." This is a good friend of mine that lives down in South Florida, and I said, "I need Brooke to come out with us because there's no way I can be responsible for 4 21-year-olds.
Yeah.
Right.
21st birthday party. Yeah.
Four 21-year-old
Yeah.
girls. I'm like, there's absolutely no way. I said, I need
You need backup.
Did you do-
a woman there to control these girls?
Yeah.
Because
that was smart. That was
We
smart.
went back in the day with Denny. We brought 8 guys. We went to Atlantis, and then we came back to Miami. But the thing about Miami, we would do, like, if you're younger, you can do it. But I don't know. Bob's probably 35, 40. But when you're older, like if you go to they do a pool party. Have you ever been to a pool party in Miami?
No.
Table service. Okay, so you're banging it out at 11 to 5 or whatever, and then all of a sudden you have to take a little nap. Next thing you know, you're at the restaurant at STK or something, eating at 10. They eat late down there, so next thing you know, then you're at a club. It's like I don't know how people do it, man. Nowadays, you're at the pool party. So did you take them to the pool party and that?
no, we didn't do any pool parties.
Man, the pool parties are the best, man.
Yeah.
You see a lot of like these. Miami is funny because these people are wired. Even in Vegas, they have those good pool parties. But I went to that one club. I forget what it is in Vegas. You ever been there where they dance on the tables and stuff? It's a day brunch party. What's it called? It's from California, but they went out there. I went that one time, and it was the same thing. The girls I thought liked me. I thought for sure.
You got Mila.
There's a common theme here.
Huh?
You got
Yeah.
Mila that's really good.
They love
down
you.
There,
Well, we were
to get
dancing on the
dancing,
table at it's like
Kiki.
3 o'clock. Like you're dancing on the table at 3 o'clock, and then the next thing you know, Steve Irvin's calling me up and say, "Hey, we got dinner, and we got we're going to somewhere there." And I'm like, "Holy heck, how do people do this? Like a Hakkasan? Like I just partied in the daytime." But that was when we were having, I'm sure Bob may or may not have been there, so I'm not sure. But what are you watching the NBA at all? Or are you watching any sports? Or are you just kind of
Just the NFL.
NFL?
NFL and NASCAR.
So you didn't follow the NBA draft? What happened with Cooper Kupp? Do you know what happened?
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag. They have a lottery. Okay, so basically, it's like NASCAR. Okay, they have 1,000 ping pong balls, right? And the Dallas Mavericks have a 1.8% chance of winning. So there's 2 ping pong balls. Is that how they do it? I'm assuming. This is what somebody told me.
It's just, I think this is pretty accurate.
So Dallas is a bigger market, and they want to have the number 1 player. So all of a sudden, Dallas got the number 1 pick.
They had a 2% chance to get
2%, 2 balls out of 1,000. Charlotte got the 4th pick.
out of 100.
100?
It'd be,
Same thing.
2%.
Yeah, 2%.
It's
So-
something like it's
It's a very conspiracy thing in the NBA right now, and I felt like it was like something NASCAR. All of a sudden, Dallas got it, and the Hornets got the 4th pick. So
But what was even, I think what I heard too was like the top 3 picks. There was like a .001 that those would be the top 3 picks because it's Dallas, it's Philadelphia, and it's Dallas, San Antonio, then Philadelphia.
well, it's funny. We did me and Denny, and not Denny. It was a few of us. I said, hey, why don't we put $100 6-1 on DraftKings on the Hornets? There was 5 of us, $20 a piece, and they didn't win it. But I was like, oh shit, we might win. We might win a little money.
Yeah.
But
They're
the one
never
with
gonna win it.
Dallas was like 50-1. But the sport is, this draft is big. What do you think about do you think the Dallas Mavericks will win the NBA championship with this pick?
Maybe in a few years, they have a very good chance. Yeah, they got Anthony Davis, Kyrie.
I think they're gonna. I'll be honest with you. If they're all healthy, they got the best team in the league with Cooper with Kim.
I don't know. After a few years, maybe a few years, we'll see.
Well, your picks aren't really that. Are okay. I have to go back. I think you really haven't been that good with picks anyhow. So
Who?
you
Oh, I've been all right.
would have to go. What do you think, Brent? Have you been picking any games or?
Yeah,
We haven't really been picking a lot lately.
My locks
but
tend to
the
hit.
last few losses.
Well, we have something coming up this week, and I don't know, another event that Bob should be at if he's not is the PGA. Oh, you're at Vegas. The PGA is here in Charlotte, so that would be a good event.
you play golf, Bob? No.
No,
Sorry.
you just race cars.
I was going to ask you if you ever got a hole in one. Ron's had 2,
I've had 2.
Really?
Yeah, I got lucky.
supposedly.
By the way,
No, it's true. It's in the tournament.
by the way, real quick. So we did a golf tournament Monday with Ben Baller, Justin Bieber, actually Steve Smith that used to play for the Panthers was there. But we were giving away a Maserati DB12 for a hole-in-one. Aston Martin, sorry. A guy came an inch and a half from going in.
Oh man.
And yeah, so close to get a $300,000 car, and End up with nothing.
Man.
How did Justin Bieber play the course?
He
or
ended up with
just
a
the
birdie.
one? Did
Did
Justin Bieber play the whole tournament or just
No,
hit a ball?
he played like 5 holes and like peace out.
Really?
Do you have you know what a Fister is? Car?
The Fisker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on Instagram, and he was talking to. So, you don't know if it's true, but he was getting followed by people, and how do you say it, Fisker?
Fisker.
So he told the lady on the phone, if it's true, 911. He called up and said, "Well, what are you driving?" He goes, "I'm driving a Fisker, right?" And she's like, "No, what are you driving?" And he goes, "No, I'm driving a Fisker." And how do you spell it? And he goes, Fisker. And it was funny, and I guess he had people following him. Have you seen it on Instagram?
I think it was a long time ago.
Who is this? Is this Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody was following. But you get. I never know if it. Do you think all the Instagram shit you see is true or not? Like
No,
sometimes,
no, I don't.
Right.
I think most of it's probably
Be
not.
honest with you, I drive a black Range Rover, and if you're a female and you want to follow me, you can anytime. Okay, I mean, when I leave Red Rocks, get 5 or 6 of them and follow me. You will go to my house and have a pool party.
Oh, you better be careful in the parking lot with your history.
Yeah.
Run right into him.
Well, we need to have a pool party soon.
Yeah.
What are you?
That's the time
What
of
are you
year.
doing? Have you ever done the fireworks at Peninsula now? Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're back this year. You know. That.
Are they? Yeah.
The first year I was with that person, I don't want to say that name.
Yeah.
When I was with that person, I'll never forget the rest of my life. I go to my back porch, and if you don't know, I live in number 1 of the peninsula. So I'm on my back porch. It's July 4th at night, right? And all of a sudden I see, holy shit, there's fireworks. The fireworks come right up over my house. I mean, they're right there.
Oh yeah.
And those trees got bigger now where you can't see them, but they're doing it again this year. Within the 1 year we wanted to leave. Have you ever seen the traffic on that street when you want to go to Sweet? We wanted to go to Sweet. We couldn't even get out of the. Yeah, have you been to the fireworks?
Yeah, I mean, I live in there, but I have people parking near my house all the time.
Well, I don't know. You travel a lot, man. You're always gone. You got
I've seen them. I've seen them.
Talking
Yeah.
about traffic on Chetan Road, it reminds me of a story that I thought it was a good idea one year to get my daughter some little baby chickens, chickens for or ducks, not chickens, little ducks for Easter. So there was I think there was 8 of them or 10 of them. Whatever it was. And after about 3 weeks, these little tiny ducks turned into like big, they're huge, they're about this big. And I had a farm out in Concord and had a pond out there. So I said, okay, it's time to take the ducks out to the pond. Put them in my SUV in the very back, and they're just back there quacking away. Whack, 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 whack. Pull out onto Chetan Road, and that's when they had was it a triathlon or it's the bike thing with
Yeah.
the swimming and all
Yeah.
that. Chetan Road's locked down, stopped. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh no. You couldn't turn around?
So I went into the oncoming lane.
Yeah.
And a cop's like waving his arms. You can't do that. You can't do it. I said, listen, officer, I'm sorry. I said, but I got 10 ducks back here at the back of my car. I'm doing it. I have to get out of here. I can't sit here.
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry, but I got to go.
They let you through?
And he's looking, he puts his head in, and he hears it. Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah, and he looked at
Wow.
me like,
Well, I sound like that. He sound like the Easter Bunny. He could be right at Old McDonald. Wow.
He's probably like, this is the
and he just
biggest lie I've ever
he
heard.
waved me on. He's like, go.
And that's amazing, because Chetan Road, if you don't know, has the most speed traps in America. I mean, so I'm surprised.
Oh, yeah.
They got so the other night. It was probably 3 months ago. I left here and it was probably 12 o'clock. And just so you know, a rule: if you don't know this, when you make a left on Chetan and Catawba, and there's nobody on the road, right? There's nobody out here. You have to go from the left lane into the left lane, right? Well, I crossed like over a little bit, and he goes, guy pulls me over. He goes, "Did you know that you have to stay in that lane?" I'm like, dude, there's nobody out here. Like, I mean,
You
there's
have
not
to
one
stay in
car.
you have to stay in the left lane?
You have to, when you make that left there, you have to be in the left lane.
Oh,
Like
really?
you have to go to left lane. But the problem is, I've watched a lot of cars. If there's nobody out there at 3, they're looking for a DUI. Okay, they're trying to figure out how they can get me. And they also, so yeah. Have you ever? Next time, watch, because it irritates me every time.
And whenever you turn, you have to stay into the the closest lane. You're not supposed to go over into. So if you make a left-hand turn, you can't cross over into the right lane. You got to stay in the left lane.
From a guy that owns a
That's
racing
crazy because there's always
experience.
like 10 cars in that lane, and then usually people are just kind of picking their lane.
Well,
when they
the
turn.
guy wanted to get me for a DUI. Hey, put the headset on my mom, Chrissy. But you know, the Jeton Road, because I'm surprised they let you through with the ducks, right? I mean, I can't believe that. I'd like a picture. Do you have a picture of that by any chance?
I wish I did. I wish I would have.
We
got
could
a
pop
video
that
of
up
it.
because Frank could pop up the ducks. And was Macy like getting excited about it? Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was. It was
how
a
long
big
did the
thing.
ducks
I
last?
can't believe it. 3 weeks they got that big.
3 weeks. They were literally went from little tiny things to this, literally this big.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, I had them in the downstairs bathroom, and they were in the shower. The shower stall just made
Yeah.
it, put bedding down and
Yeah.
and stuff for them. Constantly had to keep changing it. But when I'd open up the door
Yeah.
to let them outside, because outside I had a baby pool filled with water, and they'd get in, they'd jump in that.
Right.
But when I opened up the door, they would literally get in a line and follow me out of the house.
No way.
Just walking right
bought
behind
ducks
me
for his kid.
in line, going out, and then each of them just jump in the pool one
Wow,
at a time.
that's
It was the funniest thing.
Well, we just got joined by my mother. She came in from Dallas. How you doing, Mom?
Okay.
What? You getting stressed out about your trip soon, huh?
Yeah.
You got to leave it.
Nerve-wracking flying.
Huh? It is?
Are you a Dallas Mavericks fan?
Yes.
All
She's
right.
the one that jinxed it. She sat with me and watched them get the ping pong ball.
I used to watch them all the time.
Yeah.
With Paul.
Have you ever met Bob, Mom?
I don't think so, Baba. Have we met?
Hello.
Hi.
Yep.
We met now.
Yep.
Bob's wife was good friends with that one, Kelly.
Don't hold that against
They
me.
were best friends. So he said that me and Kelly went up to his house one time and said, I want to introduce you to my boyfriend. And we knocked on his door. I don't remember this moment, but he remembers this moment. It's kind of like, it sounds like he really wasn't wanting to meet the boyfriend when I was in.
I wouldn't want to see either of you.
But then he knew I owned Red Rocks. Is your name on the menu now or not? Like
You keep taking me off. You put me on. You take me off. You know,
it's all depends where you're at.
Yeah.
Now Bob, so you know, is also in because of my situation. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but you're also investing in a what? What is that thing you're investing in?
med spa.
A med spa.
Oh, nice.
In South Charlotte that I think it's going to do very well. So, Chris Scott needs to be here because Chris
Yeah.
Scott. He never lost in any stocks he's ever picked or anything he's ever picked. Like he'll say, "Oh, I knew it was going to be short the market, and I knew it was going to be over the market." And then all of a sudden, like, well, why didn't you tell us? You should have bought in the video when it was $15. Like, you know what I mean? like, so. But Bob, actually, what do you think about the Bitcoin market, Bob? What do you think? I mean, which one
You a
would you buy
Bitcoin
right
guy?
now?
Jeff Mack was big on it.
I own a lot of MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
I loaded up on it back in March, and it has done extremely well for me since then. It's almost doubled since March.
Nice.
Which one?
MicroStrategy,
Oh, yeah.
which is pretty much Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's
You put in that day we were on the podcast with Jeff Mack. You put like 500 in Bitcoin, and we were supposed to check back later how it was doing.
Well, to be honest with you, I sold back up, but recently, so what I do, Bob, is I go on now. I just been pounding it. And then when I say pound, I got to 15 grand there now. But every time I don't go out on a Friday and Saturday night, I put $500 in it, right? Because I figure that with the people I know, it's like, okay, Ron's coming, get the old credit card out, bam, 500,000, right? But since I've been at home, I only have time to spend money on my mother. So I'm not spending any money right now.
So you're like, this time of the night, I would have
Smart.
spent $500. Let me just go ahead and put that in Robinhood.
I put in Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
I put it
Coinbase.
lately. I'm on Bitcoin, but Bob, I would ask. Like I would ask Bob and Noah. Noah Lazis and Bob are very.
And Chris Scott, he's watching live now.
Chris, I might ask if after the fact. Chris's mom, he's the guy that tells you should have bet, you should have, you should have after you won, right?
After the,
Yeah.
Have you
after the fact.
after the fact, right? So, but I think the Bitcoin market's going to get good with Trump in. So I think I think that's a.
It's going to do nothing but continue to climb.
Yeah, I mean, has the tariffs affected you at all? Probably not.
Takes time.
No.
Not gonna
Yeah,
charge
I
you
haven't
right.
seen anything go up. Everything's
I,
been the same.
I ordered a car almost 2 years ago, and I got a text on Saturday that it came in. And first question I asked is, is this
Same price.
the price, or has it gone up because is the tariffs affected the price? He said, nope, it's the same price. I said, okay, I'll come down and get it then.
This is because it was ordered before the tariffs went in place, or no?
No, it's just when it came through customs.
Yeah, clear the
Is-
port, whatever.
Yeah. Yep. After
Well, I mean, they did figure out, because my friend works for Lowe's. I mean, they were bringing the stuff from China. They were bringing it to Vietnam or India, so they would never have to pay a tariff. So, like, Lowe's figured it out. You just take the boat, stop by. Oh, hey, I'm in Vietnam. I'm not going to get the tariff. But, I mean, only company that came is, and just so you know, Ecolab, I think it's bullshit that you want a 5%. Because I want to see where you're actually getting charged tariff on your chemicals that you probably bought. I don't know. You probably have a bunch of chemicals sitting in your area. They imposed the 5%, but I want to see the 5% that they're getting tariff, because I haven't seen anybody do it yet. I haven't seen any prices go up, because it's kind of like a game. I'm going to tariff it. I'm not.
It's
And we're
gonna
not.
take time. It's not overnight.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not on all goods; it's just certain goods.
Right. So I want to know what I want to see the.
My house in Florida, the staircase, I got a floating backlit stairs that I ordered, and they're being built in China. And I asked them, has the tariffs affected the price of these? They're like, no, it doesn't apply to these goods, because there's only certain goods that it applies to. It's not all goods.
Right.
The
So
media
it sounds
makes,
good in the
media
media.
makes you
Yeah.
think
Like,
that
everything's
it's
up
everything.
140%, but
not-
it's only like
it's not everything.
Yeah.
It's only certain
tabletop
items.
T-shirts are up 25%.
The tumblers cost
we bought
$40
from
now.
China. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get a Table Talk T-shirt or a hat, actually it's hard to get. So, but if we
They're
have
sold
any
out.
made, they're sold out. You can get it. So, Mom, how was your Mother's Day? Tell us a little bit about your
Yeah,
Mother's
happy
Day.
belated Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, Mother's Day was great. Just glad to be here with my son.
Yeah.
Wish I could see him more often, but I live in Texas, so it's,
What did he get you?
Yeah. oh, it could be candy and
Oh, that's nice.
Edible arrangements,
There you go.
dinner and
That's a good son.
cash. My mom, Bob, I don't know.
He found that in the
I'll
suitcase.
tell you what happened.
the cash.
And my mom probably doesn't see it this way, but I bought her something. Well, first thing, my sister bought me a Field and Stream shirt, right? And I've never hunted my whole damn life, like, right? And I said thank you, like I just say thank you.
Post this.
I just thank. No,
We're
my,
live.
my sister, I love her. And then my mother, one time, I bought her something like a earring. I don't know. It was like 500, 600, whatever it was. And she goes, I don't know if I'd wear that. And I'm like, what? It's a
I don't know if I
gift.
said that either.
Yeah, but
Hey,
either
she
way.
There's
So
nothing
I
wrong. There's
said,
nothing wrong keeping it
after
real.
After that, Bob, and this is how I see it. I want to make my mother happy. I'll give her cash.
Yeah, cash is always
Cash is king, right?
Yeah. But then she has to tell us how much it is to your dog. How much is it for the week?
$25 a day.
Okay.
Costs a couple hundred. To, for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And then how about the
I
driver
really
to the
good
airport?
flight, 200 for round trip for the flight.
What about the driver to the airport?
And then drive for the airport is 60 each way. And
Yeah.
then tips are. I
This
guess
is-
I probably spend about 100.
Yeah, Ron covered all.
Did you see how like the
Yeah.
business savvy from Ron got to me? Like she's telling me this like a. Now I'm not sure what I was supposed to do, but I know what I was supposed to do, and I did that. and then my best story of the whole weekend is my mother. There's a I call it a flea market, but it's I don't know what you call it. over
No,
there.
they were selling stuff out on the.
What do you call it? Like
Square
a
there.
kiosks, So my mom, is that jacket the one you bought too? The one you have on? or-
No.
No, but she bought. Like I'm trying to think. It took
Where
like
was
an
this
hour.
at? Where was
It
this?
was out here. Like they do this little.
Oh,
where
out
the
here in
ice skating
Burkdale?
stuff.
And how many
Oh,
dog
really?
places they have, Mom?
Oh, they had three.
3 dog places.
3 dog places. I mean, there was probably only, maybe there was 8 tents, 10 maybe at the most. But 3 of them were selling, dog.
Yeah.
paraphernalia.
There was more tents.
Do they do
but-
that every
but-
weekend?
No, they did it. But my mother bought 2 jackets, and I can tell you that I'm not saying but they weren't like. Like I remember going to Target and buying a $40 jacket and be happy with it. So I said, Mom, how much they cost? Like I'm thinking, my mom's not going to spend more than $50 a jacket. How much were they, Mom?
One was 175 and the other was 150.
Yeah, that's not a flea market, right?
They're unique, you know.
Yeah,
very unique.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Nobody else is going to have one.
I've never seen that before.
Hey, Bob, have you heard that before? Unique, like like your cars. What's your favorite car in your
fleet.
fleet?
Well, that one I just got Saturday, I love.
What's it called again?
It's a Ferrari 296 convertible. It's I think this one tops all the others.
Is this for the racing experience or just
No,
personal?
he's
Okay.
got. What is it?
No, you
Red?
drive
What
those
color
around.
is it?
Yeah, red.
Red, you like
tan
red?
interior. Yeah, looks nice.
Nice.
Came out really good.
Do you trade them all around, or you just keep them, or do you keep?
Keep it until the next one gets in. I've always got 3 or 4 or 5 on order. So it
Yeah,
takes
gotta
a year,
rotate, yeah.
2 years for them to
Build
be
and
built.
all that, yeah.
Before you get one. So you just put the orders in, and when they come, they come.
You know Ray Everham, obviously, and he was here eating on Mother's Day with Aaron and Ray. But it was funny to ask him. I remember he had 10 cars, like these old cars. It's like I've been friends with him. Jay White again, and I took him out when he was single for one time, and he still says it. I will never go out with you two again. Okay, that was the one night we took him out, but. He said he has 150 now. He just can't stop buying them. Like once you get hooked on them, but you kind of keep 4 or 5, and then you just trade one in or sell it.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got a very nice car collection, Mom. So
I love cars. If I had your money, I'd be buying them too.
well, Mom, he might give you one.
Like every car.
He might.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You raised the wrong son. Okay. You might want to maybe you can adopt him, Mom. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe if you adopt him, he can give you a car.
Yeah, sounds like a good.
Or hit a
plan.
hole in one, right, Brent? I mean, if you hit a hole in one.
Yeah, or hit a hole in one. So what are you going to do the rest of the week in Dallas, Mom?
Well, my girlfriend is gone, so we usually go our exercise classes together. But I'll still go and watch a lot of Netflix.
There you go. When do you leave? You leave
and
today?
Walk Rusty.
Today?
She got a dog. Yeah, she leaves today.
Today?
We're kind of I'll probably have to leave pretty quick when we leave here, but we're going down there and at the airport today. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, you like Dallas, Bob?
I do. Dallas is a nice city. It reminds me a lot of Charlotte, but different.
Now, that's a crazy question. My mother's, I think, 70, but how old is the oldest person that's ever driven one of your NASCAR experiences?
Oh, wow. We had, from what I remember we had a gentleman last year that was 97 years old. I think he's maybe the oldest, but I'm not sure.
Does
about
he have
that.
any nice
May-
cars I can introduce him to my mother? So he was 97. What about like my mother is not? I'm saying she's 5 foot. But what if can somebody a shorter person drive it and a bit taller person?
So like a
drive
height
it?
requirement,
A
like a
height
roller
on
coaster?
each side. On each side.
Like for our ride-alongs, it's 100 pounds, 5 foot tall is the minimum that we require people to be.
So I would like if we ever go, Mom, we'll get you a ride along.
108, 5 foot.
But we need to get you a ride along in a car down there in Dallas. It'd be pretty fun.
It's kind of like riding with Ron on the interstate. Same thing.
I'm a lot better than I used to be.
That's pretty good.
I used to yell at me about don't use your phone. My dad and her like don't use your phone.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't use the phone. But it's nice now that they're connected.
Yeah.
Cars
That's
now.
true.
Yeah, but you should do that. Like, I remember Grandma. Remember she went 101 to the Pirates game.
Yeah, from the first time she ever went to
100 years old,
She was
right?
the first one in the game?
What's that? 100 years old?
100, when she was 100.
The Pirates gave her a ticket.
She was
put her up on
101
the
years old. I
screen.
thought she went 100 miles per hour and
No,
drove
she
there.
was 100 years old,
Yeah.
and
Ah.
they gave her. We grew up in Pittsburgh,
That's cool.
See,
and we were
she was here and
Pirates.
she had a great
Yeah.
mind.
That's awesome.
Now, what about board games? We talked about this before. If I was in a board game against Bob and Michael, who do you think would win?
Well, what board game is it?
Oh, you would win, absolutely. No problem.
Now,
Depends on the game, I think.
we played
I
Connect
had, to
Four.
I had to explain Connect 4 to him recently.
Well, we played Connect Four, and I won 2. She won 1. She won 1. I quit because
It's
she
kinda
figured
like
out.
checkers when you think about it.
My mother asked me to
Yeah.
go play in a checkers tournament. And I'm
He
like,
was
come on,
great in
really?
checkers.
Yeah.
5 years old, he beat me. I never wanted to play again.
Hey, that's when you knew he was a whiz.
Yeah. What about chess?
You were phenomenal.
But we did play. I don't know, Brent, did you guys do that? Or Bob, did you do it with your kids? You ever play like Risk or any games or not? Did you have a game or did you just have drinking games like with Macy?
21st birthday.
Beer pong. She's 16. We're going to all play beer pong.
I like to play board games. We play board games with my kids. I mean,
What's your favorite?
There's one that's, I don't know if it was out, but it's pretty popular now. It's called Spot It that the kids really like. We play Twister. I don't know if that's a board game, though.
No.
They're not ready for Monopoly yet. See, I like Monopoly.
Yeah, I like Monopoly.
I want to play Monopoly with real cash.
They play, what's
Really,
that?
seriously, I want to play, but not the 500.
Yeah.
But like, let's do
What is-
that
there's
one.
another game they really like. I can't think of it. Risk. They love Risk.
I love Risk.
Risk is the one
I'm
they
really good at Risk.
Yeah.
I beat Noah in Risk. He got so mad, but you have to have the dice. Some of these games you got to get lucky too. But I love Risk because you learn the countries as a kid. Like you ever play Risk, Brent? I love Risk.
Have y'all played this Catan game? Catan?
Catan, do you play that, Mom?
No, it's like a newer game, and it's pretty complicated, but it's like all the rage right now. But I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. So.
You know, the thing about being in Bob, I don't know if you had to do this with Macy, but when I talked to Greg is when you get some of these games with the kids, you got to put it together. And Greg would always be, holy shit, I got to put this together. It takes 20 minutes. And then,
Well, he had an
then
issue
you
with
have
the
to play the
PlayStation.
game. So if you buy the game for the kid, you got to play the game with
Yeah,
them.
the kids now like gaming systems more than board games, but you got to keep them in the board games too. Like my son's starting to take to video games, and I'm like, all right, that's enough. You know, you've been playing for.
My rule with Macy was always no flat boxes are allowed in the house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Unless it's put together,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
buy it.
If it's put together, don't buy it.
Oh, we have to be put
Once it's
together.
put together, don't buy it.
So
I don't-
Yeah.
No flat boxes.
So you're not going, hey,
Put together.
you know what I think is funny when they want me like me?
Somebody, right?
Yeah.
My dad would, but like, I'm not going to IKEA, okay? I'm not putting shit together, okay? I call Mark Bodo maybe to pick it back. Like people that go to IKEA and then you go and you have to put everything together. Like,
way.
I even had a new rack for some clothes and it had all these parts. I called Mark up and said, Mark, I can't put this together. I agree with you, Bob. Mm-hmm. Like, you're like,
It's in a flat box. Don't buy
There
it.
is this theory called the IKEA effect, where if you've spent time putting something together, you care for it more than if it's already put together.
Or you
No.
throw it on
Yeah.
the
I don't even know what that means. And you
Well,
going
it's
to
like
edible or something?
you value the furniture more because you're like, I spent time on that. I worked on it.
Yeah, that's one of the marketing people
You know,
sold them on there.
Yeah.
I
So
think this is
Copyright.
why. Like,
Let's
like
tell
Because
people
their
that. They'll
instructions
they'll
are
believe it.
their instructions are miserable.
I think this is why people do edibles and I don't, but I think this is why they do them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, let's do a cherry flavored edible while we put together IKEA.
No, IKEA furniture's miserable.
Yeah, so, yeah, you have to be. Mom, do you think I was did I do my chore?
Absolutely not.
No,
Did I do chores as a kid?
no.
Not,
I think we can
I
answer that
cut the
for you.
grass.
not willingly.
Well, you gave me a car at 16, and you made me live a good life. And that's just so you know, we had and I don't know if you remember this, Bob. I don't think Michael does, but that's when you had a phone in the house. And a sister.
I
and I
remember
had
that.
my mother would always tell my sister could never use the phone because I'd be on the phone. So I enjoyed my youth for sure. My mother was really good to me. My dad was always bitching, and then my mother would always say, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got it." And she'd always, "Don't stop leaving your shoes everywhere," because my dad's getting mad. It was like all the time.
His dad was real neat.
And he was nice. He passed away, but he was good with
Oh, he
sports.
was a good
Yeah.
person.
Yes, no doubts.
But
So
he was neat,
yeah, he was
which
very
I had
neat.
to get used to myself.
Ron's neat.
Well, we're. I guess you got anything else to add, Bob? You had fun today.
Absolutely. Had fun.
Predictions on the race this weekend?
He just.
It's
We already told you who to say because we'll get you on the boat on Sunday night.
Denny Hamlin.
Yeah,
Denny
there you
Hamlin.
go. We got to say Denny Hamlin. I mean, if you don't say Denny Hamlin, I mean,
Got to get me off to the airport.
okay. Oh, you're just out. Okay, we're leaving right now.
ready.
Mom.
That's a
We're
mic
ready.
drop.
Go get your stuff. Get the car loaded up. We're ready to go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Bob, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Everyone,
Yeah,
check it
thanks.
out, the NASCAR
Thanks,
Racing
and-
Experience.
If you're listening right
And
now
on
on the
CW,
Burkdale Line-
CW will have the link and everything for.
Will Wright says he's coming for the show next
Oh.
week. He's gonna be
Yeah, but it's just so you know, if you want to record it, it's on CW 11:30
Great.
on Saturday. If you could tell your
AM.
fans out there.
We're in
Sounds
prime
good.
time AM. Thanks, Bob. I can't hear the music, so you guys just let me know
Get a
if
hat.
it's playing.
There we
Thanks
go.
for joining us. Thanks to our CW crowd and our Instagram
Thanks, Bob.
crowd.
Really, that was really fun. Thank you.
You're gonna hit end. Thanks everyone. See you next week.
There you go.